Alrighty, getting ready to go here. There's too many buttons to push around here. I got a lot going on. If you could see it all, I'll show you someday. How's everybody doing? Welcome to Amazon Live and Deals with David. I'm your host, David Burrows. Hope you're having a good day. Hope you're off to a good start. It's 10:30 in the morning where I'm at here in good old Canada. And I'm still just getting a little organized. I was running a little behind today. And then I was like, 10:30's coming. I got to get going. But here I am. I made it. And I'm glad that you made it here too. Let's get some stuff going on here. What do I want to talk about today? I got some really cool stuff to share. Let's get the music going. Music keeps me going, I'll tell you. How about you? Do you have a favorite type of music you like? Do you ever try out Amazon Music? Did you know that Amazon has its own music service? There you go. Maybe that's something we should talk about on the show here. Just want to get my product pages up. That's about a good level there, I think. Third day in a row I started, I kind of changed the schedule up a little bit and it's working. I like it. So I'm going to be here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, usually for a couple hours at a time. And then I'll be here Thursday nights, 7 p.m., right? Started out just Thursday nights, and then I was just having so much fun. I just found a way to put it all into. I have a busy schedule. Now I got a busier schedule, but I'm having a lot of fun coming here, talking to all you guys, and sharing the great products that I own and come across. So what are we going to talk about today? Well, we'll be talking some microphones. A little bit later on, I was talking to microphones a lot yesterday, but they're still in the carousel. You can check them out. The Blue Yeti microphone. We got the lavalier microphones. Just some great products, solid products. One of the big deal breakers for me in a product is the packaging and the manual. I mean, the product's got to be good. Don't get me wrong. But if it comes in a good package, you start to feel like, this is going to be a good product. And if the manual was put together well, especially if it came from a faraway country and it was translated really well into English, you really start to feel good about it. You know what I mean? Like, think about that for a minute. When you buy something, a car or a house, or you need to feel good about it. And those are things that just help make you feel good about it. So we're going to be talking about microphones later. We got some cool tech stuff. Audio gear is what's coming up here. You see I got the Behringer Eurosport PA system. This is a really neat, cool little PA system for DJing, karaoke, just, talking, just all of it. And it's so portable. We're going to talk about that in a minute. And then we're going to talk about it says book of the week. It's books. Should change that. Cool books. I truly believe that whatever you're going to do in your life, if you're going to live stream, if you're going to climb a mountain, whatever it is you're going to do, you got to work on this. The way we think has got to be in the right zone, right? And I got some great books that will help you with that. And I think I've heard a lot of people say, I don't read books. I'm like, well, how do you know that? But I get, sometimes it's personal development stuff. It doesn't sound, personal development. It doesn't sound exciting, does it? It's like, right? Yeah, okay. I mean, I know I should, but it just sounds pretty boring. Anyway, we're going to talk about a couple books. One in particular that is not boring, but it's an easy read, but super effective. That's coming up a little bit later on. That's called The Slight Edge. And the other thing is I want to know what you're looking for. Amazon customer started following us. Doesn't say who you are, but thank you, Amazon customer. I appreciate that. Right above here, woo! If you hover over, you'll see the little follow button. appreciate you clicking on that. What is it you're looking for? What are you wanting to see here on the broadcast? And look at that. Behringer has recognized us as well. I have to get a picture of that. We're currently live on the Behringer page on Amazon, and that just gets me excited. La la la. I don't know why it's doing that though. That's weird, but we're there. Okay. Where are you watching from? I would appreciate those of you watching if you just pop into the chat and say, hey, I'm from over here. You can also check me out on my social medias, right, on Instagram and Facebook, Deals with David B, where I'll be talking about more Amazon products throughout the week. All right. I want to put something up here, but I want to adjust it. So it looks better. I'm still working out on the layout of all this stuff. Yeah, that looks a little bit better, I think. Yeah, okay. Let's do this. I think I want to do this one. Yeah, there we go. That looks good, right? Maybe not. Is that good? Give me a thumbs up in the chat. All right, Behringer. I need to do a refresh here. There, that's better. Yeah, this Behringer Eurosport, it's called, or EPS 500 MP3. I don't know why they call it that. I always wondered how they come up with the names of these products. It's the Eurosport EPS 500 XL2. I don't know, but there must be a madness behind it. But this is a great little unit, real super portable. I've got it here. I put it too far away from me, but I've got it here. Let's try this. Here's the size of it. Right? Put it next to my head just to give you a comparison. Right? And like there's some weight to it, but let me tell you, they're nowhere near the old Yamaha 15s that I had that were this big that I carried for years. I was a karaoke host for 20 years. I know, seems like yesterday. I know I don't look that old. These, and I loved my Yamaha 15s. Great sound and speaker, durable. I've dropped them, all that stuff. Don't owe me a thing. These, just as good as sounding, if not a little better, and they're smaller and compact, and they're fantastic. It was nice because my wife would also host karaoke sessions, and this was a lot easier for her to carry. She just have the speaker up on your shoulder and get it up and put it up on the stand and all that stuff. You don't have to worry about that with us. But we're going to talk about, I think I can put this, let me put this on the product cam. That might work better. I think it'll hold. There we go. There's the test. Now, this could be tricky. Let's get that up on the product cam for you. All right, so there you see it. I don't know the exact size. What does it say? It is an 8-channel PA system, dual speakers, 500 watts, and it really is enormous power. I want to find the size. There we go. 10.87 inches. by 10 points. So it's like just under 2 feet long this way, right? And about a foot that way, right? But here's what I wanted to show you. It's really slick how they designed this. Behringer's makes great products. The EPS 500 MP3 Eurosport. It's got storage right here in the back of the speaker, right? So there's power cable. Now I've got different cables in here, but it does come with your speaker cables long enough. I just added longer ones. Keep all your patch cords, your microphones, whatever you need in there. Really slick to go in there. Yeah, that's. You can see how that's just really slick design how they put it all together. It is designed as well. You can see you can put it on its side here. I don't know if you can tell how it's got the angle design to it. So if you wanted to put it on the ground and use it as a monitor, you could, right? And it does have the adapters in the bottom for being able to put it up on a standard speaker pole. Now this is where things get fun. Oh boy, I didn't think this through, did I? Knocking stuff around. $449 is just... It's like a buck a watt. There we go. That's a little better to see, right? So here's, okay. Woo! I want you to see all of this. Oops. Having that day already. What's going on here? Technical difficulties already. Oh, would you look at that? That's why we have a spare. All right, while we're waiting for that to boot up, you can see here the different channels, right? Which I'll get to showing you in a moment on the screen. But this all fits right into the back of the unit. Nice and slick. You have 4 microphone XLR inputs or line in or 1/4 inch jack. You can hook up some external monitor speakers as well. You got your RCA outputs, etc. Here, it's going to be so much easier if I can show you. Almost there. Okay. Nothing's cooperating today. Push through, David. Push through. There we go. Okay. Let's try that again. Aha! Gotcha. So, turn this around the other way so I can see what I'm talking about. First things first, you can see right away, you just turn these knobs here, pops right out. Look at that. It's so small and compact, 500 watts, baby, right in there. And it really does have a clean sound. I can tell you, as I was a disc jockey for 20-ish years, 25 years, and clean sound. I use this DJing weddings and running professional karaoke setups. Don't let the size fool you. And then it just pops back in. Turn the knobs. Whoops. That's because I almost wasn't down. Just turn the knobs, and you are securely locked into place. There's your power, right? You got the storage in the other speaker for all your cables. On-off power switch, nice and simple. Here's your main, so the quarter-inch jack, so quarter-inch speaker cable, if you will, works off of this. You can even hook in monitors. So if you have some external, and they don't have to be powered. A lot of times, if you're running a monitor, like to listen to yourself, it needs to be powered in case the mixer. This is all powered, so you just plug in external speakers here, and you have monitor for yourself. Great for live performances, you know, like a musician playing a gig by himself, you know, a solo musician or even a couple. This is a great little unit for a medium-sized room. I did karaoke with this in a room that holds, you know, like 100 people, and worked fantastically. And I remember the first time I hooked it up and I was like, okay, $449, how good's this going to be? But I had my faith in it because it was Behringer. I've used Behringer mixers for years. And here's the thing about Behringer. They aren't the top quality in the world, but they made them good and reliable to a point to reach the price point that they put out. But if you're using something like this all the time, like if you get 5 years out of it, it's $100 a year, right? So really the price point is amazing. And Behringer does that with all of their products. So you can have yourself a monitor out. Here's your 4 XLRs, right? Like it says 8 channels. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 XLRs or quarter-inch jacks for, you know, a line in like a guitar or a keyboard, or a quarter-inch jack microphone. And then you've got auxiliary in, quarter-inch, and then CD in. These two work together, so it's a 5 or 6, and then another CD in or RCA in. So for example, I had my laptop with the 3.5 millimeter jack on the coming out to the RCA and went into that, and that's how it all hooked in. Great to have you here, joining me here. I'm David Burrows, talking and Deals with David. Now, you might be watching on my YouTube channel, or you might be watching on my Facebook channel. If you are, in order to get the deals that I'm talking about or see the deals in the carousel, click the link in the description. Go to dealswithdavid.live, and that will bring you here to Amazon, where you can see more of the deals. You'll only get the deals watching right here live. And some of the deals are exclusive to the live broadcast. You won't find them anywhere else on Amazon. And very happily, we are also being featured on the Behringer Amazon page today. So I love that. Okay, let's continue on with this great product. So 8 channels in there. Here's the cool thing about it. And I've only ever used this once, but if you're someone who's just having a party out in the backyard, when you're allowed to have those parties in the backyard again, and you just want to plug in, you know, some music and just forget it, you could take a USB stick, load on your 50 or 100 or whatever, however many MP3s you can get onto your USB, just plug it in there, and then there's a button here, you just press play, and it just rolls through all the MP3s on your USB. So You don't need a computer or anything like that. You just plug it in and away you go. Now, that being said, there's some more modern ways of doing this, right? And that would simply, you could take your phone, and if you are an iPhone 7 or above, you might need the adapter. You plug the adapter in, plug in your output, put Spotify on your phone. This works great for that as well. So lots of use and flexibility there. I need to shut this off. How do I do that? Where are we going here? Now you want to talk to me. Okay. So, and this is, so here's a random button, right? And you can see that right there. So you plug in your USB, click the random button, and it'll just randomly go through all the MP3 on your USB. Of course, you can stop it. You can go to the next one. You can go to the one previous, right? So that's a really unique part of this as well. Now, let's go to the different monitor send. So that's like a volume for your monitor if you have one hooked up, how much you want to output on that. And then it's got reverb built into it. Who doesn't need reverb, especially on karaoke? I always found people say, "Hey, can you give me some echo?" They thought it made them sound better. It didn't really, but we did it anyway. Anyway, you've got some reverb on there if you want that, and that goes through lines 1, 2, 3, and 4, which is typically where your microphones would be, right? So you have that, and that's just the amount. If you want more echo, turn it up loud, right? More echo, please. Okay. Now, right here, phantom power. You've heard me talk about phantom power. Some microphones require what's known as phantom power, 48 volts. It's all built right in. All you do is click the button, and you've got your phantom power. Make sure you don't use this on the wrong microphone because it could screw up your microphones. But phantom power. We'll talk about what that is exactly someday. Now, here is a really unique, I found this came in handy for DJing. So you're playing the song and you want to talk, you got to go over, you got to turn the volume down, Or you can turn on the VOP, the voice over. Just turn it on, and then whether it's speech or music, right? So if you're playing music, push that in, and when you start to talk, it recognizes it and it automatically brings the level of the music down for you. Now, you don't have any control over how much that is, but the harder you talk, the louder you talk, the more it brings the music down, right? So it's voice over, what do they call that in radio? Auto ducting is what it is, auto ducting. So it automatically brings the music that you're playing down when you start to talk just by having that VOP turned on. So very cool little feature. I have not seen that a lot in other products. All right. Of course, your master volume, your individual volumes for all your microphones and all your different levels here. And over here, you've got your treble and your bass. So you can get the exact sound that you want. That goes across all of the channels here. So your mic lines and your input lines to your auxiliary in, your CD in, which is great. I found a lot of times some products you'd have the RCA input and it wouldn't give you any control over the treble or the bass. And it's like, well, I'm playing a different room. I need different settings, right? And that usually worked out pretty well, just to have the bass and the treble and be able to control that, just to give it a little fuller sound or just get more of that perfected sound. Because different size room, if you're in, if you're like in those Navy clubs or Legions or whatever, they're usually pretty echoey, right? Believe me, I know. I played a lot of weddings in those Legions over the years. So it's nice to have that control as well. You've got your impedance control, I call it. So you've got different impedance if you're using XLR or 1/4 inch in, and this lets you choose if it's a microphone line or a guitar line or a keyboard input line. You've got that control there as well, so it allows you to change the impedance. Control between using your CD in. I don't know why they call it CD, because who uses CD anymore? But anyway, you know what they mean. Choose between that and the MP3 player. again, all your volume controls. So a great product, the Eurosport EPS 500 MP3, $449. Wow, that's less than $1 a watt, and you're really getting bang for your buck. And I know that's a cliche saying, but it's really true. It's so durable. As someone who DJ'd for 20-ish years, I really believe in this product, and I've used it, and I feel very confident when I go out as a DJ. If I'm going to be doing a performance as karaoke or DJ at somebody's wedding, it's their event, you want good quality stuff, you could feel good about using this. All right. And $449. That's amazing. Ultra compact 8-channel PA system, dual speakers, detachable 500. And don't forget, you can mount them on the, if you have the speaker stands, you can mount them on there for that as well, right? Oh, that's something that I should point out as well. So they can be, yeah, you can actually leave this, like if you were having a party, you could just leave this in the back of the speaker, right? And just set it and forget it. And then you can just leave the mixer right in the speaker and you can still just plug right in. That's kind of cool. Yeah, there you go. 8-inch speakers. That's what I was looking for. I thought maybe there were 9, but 8-inch makes more sense. In the carousel at $449. There you go. And Behringer approves us because we're on their Amazon page. Now here's something really cool that, again, I have not seen on a lot of audio mixers. Speaking of microphones, so microphones right here. Let's go to that. This is the ULM 202 USB microphones. Watch how cool this is. Not one, but 2 wireless microphones. There's the receiver. Look at that. And there's the manual. Gotta have the manual. Look at that. That is the receiver for the microphones. Okay? So you've got 2, and listen, these are durable. Metal up here, the hard, like I call it, industrial plastic, if you will. It's not cheap by any means. Unscrew. Right? And you can see there's all your connectors in case you had to fix something. Or Behringer had to fix something. Never had a problem. Okay. Unscrew the bottom, and this is where your batteries are going to go. All right. 2 AA batteries. So we've always got AA batteries lying around the house somewhere, right? Now I don't have this hooked up, but you really simply just take this. Oops, wrong way. Plug that in right there, specifically designed for this. Plug it in right there, and now turn it on. You press and hold to turn it on, I believe. Batteries might be dead. You do normally. You press and hold to turn them on, and then away you go. And it's built right in. Hey, and you got 2 of them, right? You could hook those up, plug those in. There's your karaoke. Away you go. Or MC. You've got 2 people MCing. It's really great. It's a fantastic product. And this will not only just work on here, but if you have any USB, like you could plug this into your computer and use this on a computer system. Anything with a USB input that takes audio, that's it right there. And $99 for 2 well-sounding, is that quality sounding? Well-sounding, that's a new word. Made by Behringer, again, specifically designed for their PA system. Some of their other PA systems have this as well. So click, plug it in, away you go, you're all set up. No cords, It's very quick setup and great sounding as well. Now, the one thing I will tell you about this is the sound comes out in mono. So one's going to come out the left side and one's going to come out the right side. They don't come out both sides, which is a bit of a bummer. But still great sounding. $99. Behringer, the Ultralink ULM 200. And added to the Eurosport. Real great combination to have together. So there's your sound system for $600. You've got your microphones, your PA system, you're set to go. And you know, you make some money DJing. Let me tell you, if you know your music and you can put yourself out there, like 20 years ago, I was charging $500 to DJ a wedding for 4 hours, right? So 2 great quality products. The manual, again, it's usually a deal breaker for me. Pretty simple, right? I keep that in there. I haven't used them in a while because over here in Canada, we're still stuck inside and we're not allowed to get out. We're not allowed to have weddings and all that stuff right now. And it comes in its own little carrying case as well, right? Nice. Zip. There you go. So there you go. The Behringer. Let's go back. All right. Cool beans, man. Okay, well, let's get this out of the way. Check that out. Great deal, $449. And let's go over to the chat. I want to come over to the chat and see if anybody said hello. Nobody's saying hello to me. Are you shy? You don't want to say hello? I'd appreciate it if you said hello to me. I have feelings, you know. Where are you watching from? What are you looking for? We're talking about some audio mixers right now. We're going to get into some more Behringer mini mixers in just a moment. What are you looking for? Is there a product in particular that you're looking for? Do you have a product that you're looking at right now, but you're still not quite sure? Maybe you'd like me to pull it up here. I'd love to have a look at what you're looking for. Just let me know in the comments. And please don't forget to hover over and click the follow button. Smash that follow button. It helps me out here because it pushes the live out to more people. And when you purchase your products here, I do get a small commission. So that's how I'm here and able to be here. And that comes from your support. And if you're not buying today, that's okay. At least click the follow button so you'll get notified when I go live. And you can also see the cool products that I like and that I use at amazon.com/shop/davburrows. All right, so that's where my store is. All right, let's go on now to our next product. There we go. Oop. Nothing's working today. There we go. Okay. Let's get this up on the product screen. Okay, there it is. This is a wee bit smaller. Let's get in closer here. Need to get my charger on. I don't know why the other one died. There we go. A little closer. There we go. Tell me you can see that. This is a really great, yesterday we talked about the Amoon 2 channel, which is a great mobile mixer, but maybe you don't need 2 channels, you know, maybe you're set on, one channel is going to be enough for everything I do. This is the Xenix 302 USB mobile mixer. It's made by Behringer as well. Behringer, just great products. You can't go wrong. You really can't go wrong. They have great customer service as well. I've spoken to their customer service department over the years, like again, 20 plus years that I've used their Behringer products. And like I've got another large mixer over there, a powered mixer I used to have. Like it's all been so reliable to me. Behringer, just good quality products for DJing, weddings, and karaoke, etc. Or even if you're just needing a PA system to set up. You saw me talking about the Behringer product there. But this is for mobility. I need some of my water. Pardon me one sec. Guts to have the water. So I do a lot of, I'm a live streamer as well. You can see I'm live streaming here. But when I could get out in my community before COVID, I did a lot of mobile live streaming at events, different events, etc. And this was what I used for the longest time. I use the Amoon now because it's 2-channel, but this is great for podcasting. If it's just you could have your microphone going into your computer, which I'm really going to show you here. This is really cool. You can just via USB plug this into your computer. You've now got a mixer attached to your computer, and you can do a lot of cool things. So let's start out here. 1 channel, XLR, or 1/4 inch, right? Now, for those of you who don't know what I mean when I say XLR, if you're just getting new to this stuff, let me show you. So your Behringer microphone, your 1800, your MS 1800, I believe it is. And here is your XLR, right? That's an XLR cable, that's what we mean. The 3-pin mic, and this would be the other end that goes into your microphone, right? So this just simply plugs in there, right? The other thing I like about the Behringer is that they make their connections deep. Like that goes in a fair way, and that is in there nice and like I can't with one hand. I've got to hold down, and then yeah, see how snug that is in there? That is a good sign of quality. Good sign of quality right there. Okay. I'm going to need a bigger studio. So XLR 1/4 inch, and you've got your gain right here. Now let me explain gain. Sometimes people say, oh, that's the volume. No, it's gain. Well, it's volume because when I turn it up, the volume goes up. It does. The gain is the pressure, the push of sound. I always like to describe it like a water hose. You know, you turn the tap on, right? And then the more you turn the tap on, the more pressure comes out, right? There's not more water coming out. It's just coming out harder. It's the balance between volume and gain gives you, there's loud and clear and loud and distorted, right? Your gain will help you get that balance and that little extra push that you need to get a nice full sound in the room. Does that make sense? All right. I hope that makes sense. So there's the gain. And then you've got your high and your low, or your treble and your bass, basically here. High and low range, right? And then you've got a pan, so left or right. I want to come out all left, all right, or usually balanced in the middle. But it's nice to have that control sometimes. And of course your volume. And then right here, I always like to have these on the mixing boards, is this little peak light indicator. And that is so, like sometimes when you're a DJ or whatever you're doing, you don't always hear what's happening. You need to see what's happening. If that light is flashing, it means it's starting to clip. Your sound is just clipping, and it's just hitting that point of it's going to be really distorted. If that was on all the time or flashing constantly, you need to bring your gain down and turn the volume down or something, all right? Because it's not going to be sounding good. So that's always nice to have that on there. Now, over here in this other line, you can have an input coming in from that would be like maybe where you have your your audio input from your phone, or maybe a laptop, CD player if you still do that. I got an old stereo over here I could plug into this using RCA cables, right? All your RCA inputs. And you'll see here it says coming in from line in, which is this, or from USB, right? What do you mean, David? You can use this input here as USB. All right, this is coming in or going out. That's also your power. So if you don't use the USB coming in, you just plug your cable that comes with. I've got it hooked up to something else right now, and you can run that off any USB, like a PowerAd battery pack. Okay. And you've also got your controls over your bass as well, and of course your volume control. And then this is your output. So this would go out to something, right? So when I use this for live streaming, I would have my microphone in here and maybe, you know, some music in here, and then my output would go to, say, my iPad or my laptop, whatever I was using to live stream. Okay. Here, microphone input. So if you had like a lav mic like this that I wanted to use, or a headset mic that I wanted to wear, I could plug it into there instead of this. You can't plug in both and have both work. Okay, not like on the Saramonic iRig that I showed, or the Smart Rig. But it's nice to have that flexibility between either or. Sometimes you're using something with a 3.5mm input or an XLR, so you've got your flexibility there. And that input is controlled by this over here, line 1, okay? And of course your headphone jack, your volume for your headphones, and your master volume. It's just a neat little, and let's give you perspective. It's a good size, decent size. Nice and portable, look at this. And you can put that in a little, you know, I like to go to, I call them the Sally Hands, like your Goodwill, you know, your secondhand stores. And you can find, like, I think I have one. I have it there. You know, find old cases, like this was an old iPad case or something, and I just store everything in here, right? $79.99, great little product. But let's take it a step further. Gotta get my Googles on. Now, this is the Xenix 302 by Behringer. This is the Xenix 502. Now, there's some major differences here that you need to be aware of, right? It doesn't have like major differences. It is only one line. It's what was I trying to look at? Yeah, oh yeah, it doesn't have the 3.5mm inputs, right? But there you can see this comes with an XLR cable, right? It comes with a audio filter. So if you're using this this is designed for podcasting. This comes with your filter screen. So you put that in front of the microphone, hangs over in front of the microphone, and it gets rid of that, helps get rid of that, filter out those pop noise. You know, Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. How many pickled peppers did Peter Piper pick? Right? All that stuff. That's what that's for. And it comes with a microphone. XLR 1/4-inch cable. It's got a mini cable here, which I don't understand why they would give you that, because there's no mini input. Cool. But if you want an all-in-one podcast, $79.99 as well, right? So if you're just looking for a single line podcast and you don't care about the 3.5mm inputs, this is the way to go compared to previous, right? Behringer again. Input and output there. So you could still run your, you know, your laptop or an audio device coming in using a 3.5mm to RCA jack. Your XLR in, one there, right? Well, hello Noah, and thanks for the follow. I'm reading the chat, and I don't talk religion here. Sorry. but I do appreciate you being here. I talk products here, but I do believe in having some fun in life, and I'm glad you're here to enjoy the fun. And here we are on Deals with David. I'm your host, David Burrows, and appreciate you joining me. And Noah, thanks for being here and clicking the follow button. And for anybody else watching, I'd appreciate you clicking that follow button as well to get notified when I go live. Now the difference here too, and I should point this out, so you see on the back of this is a USB. This is powered. It's got its own special power input plug, so it doesn't run off USB. But guitars and microphones, why is it saying TRS? Oh, right, TRS 1/4 inch. Samsung microphone, good microphones that come with it. Nice to have a 10-foot XLR cable and your audio pop filter. That's a great deal at $79.99. Great deal. All right, so some cool audio mixers, and great for podcasting and mobile broadcasting. Nice and simple products that good quality. Behringer. I like Behringer. All right. All right, some more products coming up here. Oh, I forgot to bring this over. Give me 1 sec. There we go. I hated to have to do that. I've got let's put some of this stuff away. But the SteelSeries Arctic 9X, ooh, yeah. It's this nice 10-foot cable. I find if you don't put things away right away, oh, Dad, I'll put it away later. Yeah, it's like a little kid, and then you go back and I thought you were going to put that away. Life skills. There we go. It's away now. Now, if you're a gamer or a broadcaster, headsets a lot of times is something that you will use. And there's so much to choose from. So much to choose from. Now, I can't demonstrate this for you here because this is a USB and I'm running on 3.5 mil, but the SteelSeries Arctic 9X. These wireless headphones, wireless or wired, whichever works best for you, The sound quality, super awesome, durable, just a really wow product. And we're going to talk about that right now. Let's get it under the product can. Who else? Tim O'Hara. Hey, Tim, thank you so much for being here, and thank you for following the channel. I'm David. Nice to meet you, Tim. And I'm curious, how did you come across the channel? Did you see it on a product page? Did you see it in Amazon Live? I'm always curious to see how people are finding me here. This is Deals with David, and I'm your host, David Burrows. Tim, thank you very much for that. Let's get the product up on the page. There we go. Again, this is the SteelSeries Arctis 9X. It's a wireless gaming headset. Works with Xbox, Bluetooth, basically anything you can plug a USB into. Let's talk about the product. Again, SteelSeries. Really great comfort here. You can see a lot of times, you know, headsets, they don't have this padding here. They just have the plastic, you know, or the steel, whatever. And this top part here, your head, it's like, ow. I've got some older Beats over there, and they don't have any of that. And it's like, after a while wearing it, it's like on your head, right? Nicely designed comfort on the top there. Great surround sound in here. Just built for comfort. And the speakers in these, the sound is, I mean, I'm old, right? I'm 51, if that's old. So, you know, back in the 70s and the 80s and even the 90s, you know, headphones were pretty good for the time, but compared to now, the quality in these are, I actually own 2 of these. So that'll tell you how much I like them, right? Now, everything pieces together well, like this just unplugs. You can see there's it's the TRRS is what it uses, right? It does, I don't have it here, but I have it over there. It does come with another cable, so if you wanted to be wired directly and use this into, say, an iPad or an iPhone with a 3.5mm input, you could plug that right in there. Or, there you go. Okay. And you've got your controls. I need to get my Googles out for this. Galaxy Spirit. Welcome, Galaxy Spirit. Appreciate you being here. If you're not already following, do me a favor and you just hover over the screen and click the follow button there, so you know what's going on. Right? There's your USB charger. This is just your regular TRS output, right? You got your volume levels here, right? And this is kind of nice too. This is a built-in mute button. Some of them don't have that, right? Oh. Nope, there we go. So built-in mute button. That's nice. You just kind of reach up, click. Yes, dear, I'll be up in a minute. Back on. Okay. There you go. Nice adjustable. Okay. Great product. Very comfortable. Super quality sound. Super quality built for $199.99. I mean, when it comes to these kind of things, you definitely get what you pay for, right? There's budget, which we'll talk about in a minute, and then there's quality. Super quality, right? And this is the cable that comes with it. So this is your USB. So you would plug this right into your USB device, whether it be computer. If you have the adapter, the lightning adapter, camera lightning adapter for the iPad, I have used this on iPad, so I plug the USB into the lightning adapter, and then this is the wireless part here. Or it works, it's built for USB-C, so if you have like an Android device or a USB-C device, just plug that sucker right in there and away you go. Right? That's your USB, that's your Bluetooth device. So that's what makes it wireless. I love using this. even for Zoom calls, etc. You know, if you're going to be on a Zoom call for like any length of time, after a while you're wearing, you know, these earbuds or whatever. It's just not comfortable. Put these on, you're in a Zoom meeting for an hour. Whew, huge difference, huge difference. And they're totally worth it at $199.99. Let's go through and make sure. So yes, designed for Xbox, but you can use it on multiple. That's why the cable and the TRRS input. But you can use this on a computer, Bluetooth, right? So you can use wirelessly with your mobile device. Yeah, just so well designed, and I can't say enough about the sound. $199. Integrated Xbox wireless, Bluetooth. Simultaneously connects to Bluetooth and Xbox to mix in music and take calls while gaming. Oh, wow. Or use wirelessly on the go with your mobile device. Clearcast microphone. Award-winning sound. There, where's the pad? Oh, there it is. 20 plus hour battery. 20 hours of a full charge. That's great, especially if you're a gamer. If you're gaming for 4 or 5 hours at a time, I don't do that, but that's just me. You need that long quality, that long lasting battery. Oh, we're on their page as well. I'm always taking pictures of these. Bragging rights. My son thinks I'm silly. So there you go, $199.99 for top quality, designed for Xbox, but can be used with your mobile device or any Bluetooth device, I should say. Plug it into your computer. It's got multiple uses and comfort and super quality sound. $199.99. Get what you pay for there for sure. All right, let's go on to our next headset. Hope you're having a good day. For those of you who are just joining us, my name's David, and this is Deals with David. If you're watching on my YouTube channel or on my Facebook page, there's a link in the description. You need to click, bring you over here to the Amazon Live, and that's where you'll be able to see the deals and all the details on the deals, right? Otherwise, you're just going to hear me talking about them. So do that. Click. It's dealswithdavid.live if you want to put that in your bookmark or your favorites. That's exactly where you will find me. Now, you can also find me on my YouTube and my Facebook and my Instagram at Deals with David B. Deals with David B, where I'll be posting other deals throughout the week in between the broadcasts, etc. So you can still see some great deals and have some great savings. And some of the products that are here today are only available exclusively on this Amazon Live broadcast. So stick around. And if you're new here, just so you know, you can scroll through the carousel while I'm talking. If you want to look at a different product, all the products that I talk about are in the carousel. Most of the products I own or have them or have used them. So you're really getting an honest review here on Deals with David. I'm not paid to talk about these. The only way I get paid is when you purchase some of these or purchase any of these products. Amazon gives me a little commission for being here and going live, and helps me pay for all the equipment and everything that I have here to bring this live broadcast here to you. And if you don't buy anything, that's okay. At least do me a favor. Do me a huge solid, man. Hover over and click that follow button so you get notified about the deals that I talk about here on Deals with David. All right, now let's go to the other end of the scale. We talked about $199.99. Now let's talk about $19.99. Now, don't get me wrong, you can get some decent quality headphones out there for Well, $19.99. And this one is one here that when I first got it, I was like, well, I paid 20 bucks for this. That was 2 years ago. About 2 years ago, maybe longer. I still have this headset and I still use it. Now, the difference between the Steel series that I just talked about and this is that it's 20 bucks. If it falls apart or whatever, it's 20 bucks. No big deal. And when I do a lot of mobile stuff, I have my kits for mobile that move around a lot, and then I have my other setups for more permanent, right? So the Steel series I would use at home because it just hangs over there on my desk. Whereas these ones I'm going to talk about, they're strictly wired, no Bluetooth, no wireless, and they get moved around a lot, so there's more chance of it breaking. And I'd sooner break a $20 unit than a $200 unit. I hope I'm making sense to you today. All right. Let's change some things up here. Okay, where am I? I need my Googles. I need some water as well. Did I just make a whole bunch of noise? Let me check my levels. I have to learn to drink water quietly. Okay. The Banggood G9000 stereo gaming headset. This is for PS4, PC, Xbox, anything you can plug into. Now, these ones here, full transparency, are called EvoCore. The Banggood G9000, exact same thing, exactly the same product, with one small variation. Here's how I know this. I've done my research. A lot of times what companies will do, Radio Shack. Does anybody remember Radio Shack? We don't have that in Canada anymore. We have the Source. Do you have Radio Shack in the United States? Anyway, used to be huge over here in Canada. I don't know why they're not anymore. They were bought up by the Source, I think. Realistic was their brand name. They had products made by Bose. For example, a lot of their speakers that they sold in the Radio Shack store had Realistic on it, were made by Bose. A lot of companies will go to a company and say, we want that product. We want to buy 20,000 of them. Can you put our name on it? Sure, you buy 20,000, we'll put your name on it. Or sure, for an extra dollar, whatever, right? That's what's happening here with the Banggood or the EvoCore. Exact same. Exact same. So, it says currently unavailable on my page here, but I know they're available if you click on the really has great performance, decent comfort. Well, let's compare. Let's compare, shall we? I don't know how well you'll be able to see this. So this is more of there's foam in there, right? But it's more of a plastic cover, not hard plastic, but soft plastic cover that goes over that. Whereas this is foam inside, and this is like the material that would be on your couch or something, nice and comfort. And if you could feel that, you can feel the comfort in my hand there compared to there, right? But not bad. I will say the sound quality in this is pretty good. It does not compare to the Steel series, but it's pretty good quality for 20 bucks. What really impressed me about this $20 headset was the microphone quality, sound. My son's a gamer, and I used some other headsets before that were just little cheap things that had the little boom mic come up, but they were like $9 or something. I bought these and he's like, okay, Dad, let's see how that goes. And he was like, really, wow, Dad, that sounds really good, actually. I'm pretty impressed with that for 20 bucks. Careful. Pardon me. So my son says pretty good, decent quality. They're not the Steel Series by any means. $20 compared to $200. You certainly get what you pay for. Comfort, quality, sound, features and benefits of the Steel Series is all Bluetooth, wireless, good quality. This is okay stuff. Okay, it does have, and I mentioned this before, it does have the padding up in the top here. I mean, this is plastic, right? So again, it's okay. After a while, it's going to break. It is adjustable. And for me, this was important that the adjustable worked really well for me because I have a large head. I ride a motorcycle and I need a 4XL helmet. So there you go. So these actually stretched to my head. So there's a lot of adjustability there. So here's your control center, if you will. You have your volume control built right into the line as well, which is nice. Some of them don't. They just have a line and then you got to go into the computer and adjust. So it's good to have that built in there. You've also got your on-off switch, or your mute, if you will. So again, that's nice to have built right into a headset. So if mom's coming and yelling at you for supper, or your wife, whatever. Now this is pretty cool. This has the 3.5 millimeter. So there's the mic input is the red one, and the audio that you listen to is the green. Or you can take this off, and it has the TRRS, which is for iPad, for example, or iPhone that still has the 3.5 millimeter input. They don't all anymore. But if you do, you can just plug that right in. And if you don't have that, you can also buy the adapter right here. Okay. Plug that on, and you could plug that into your iPhone. And that adapter is in the carousel as well. Okay. So $19.99 for the Banggood. There's a video here. Let's play that. Humanized design. Banggood. There you go. Really good product. I have not ever dealt with customer service, so I can't speak to that. But for $20, $19.99, pretty good deal at the price, and you're doing okay with quality, right? I mean, again, it's not the Steel Series at $200 by any means, but it is a decent quality product. I wouldn't talk about it here if I didn't think it was a decent quality product, and hadn't used it myself, so I can attest. Pardon me. And it has a really long cord on it as well. So you've got, even though it's not wireless, you've got room to move, right? Because you got to have room to move. And speaking of moving, we got to have the music to keep us moving. If you like the music that I'm playing as well, I can tell you that this is Stream Beats made by Harris Heller. It's copyright-free music, so you're welcome to that. All right, what do I want to talk about next year? I talked about that yesterday. I was just trying to think. Where's my... Ooh. All right, let's talk about the Amoon. All right, to talk about some more sound mixers. This is one that I use regularly for mobile live streaming. And I'll tell you why in a minute. Now, this is not the case. This is one that I just bought. It's an old iPad case that I bought at, I think, like a secondhand store or whatever. But it's nice because it holds my cables. And it holds my Amoon. Let's get it out. Onto the product cam table, which you'll see here in a moment. Got everything. I wonder if I can, I need to add something into the carousel because I forgot to put it in there. I wonder if I can do that while I'm live. Let's see. Oh, I can. Let's put it in there. This is very, very sneaky. Yeah, let's try that. Okay. Now did it put it in there? Haha, there you go. Amazon, you're pretty slick. Okay, so the Amoon 2 channel, get it up on the product page, David. Oh. There you go, now you can see me. And you can see the product, that's the most important. And I'll just say hello wherever you're watching from. Welcome to Deals with David. I'm your host, David Burrows. And here 4 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 10:30 a.m. Eastern. And Thursday nights, I'll be here 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, all for a couple hours every time, talking about all the products that I use, have used, and own right here. So I've got a studio full of stuff that I'll be going through. And then once I get through them all, we'll just start all over again so that there's nobody being missed, none of the new folks. If you're new here and you haven't already, do me a huge solid, bro. Is it huge solid? I don't know, that's an 80s thing. I'm old, what can I say? Just hover over and you'll see a follow button up there. You can click on that so you get notified when I go live. And go to amazon.com/shop/davburrows. And that's where you can find all these products as well, and I'll be adding to those regularly. All right, let's talk about this cool little device right here. Let me give you a better close-up. Yeah, that's pretty good, right? Another drink of water. I've been dry a lot lately. Yeah. I really like this product. I talked about the Behringer a few minutes ago, which is a great quality product. This just had the extra channel. It's about the same size. I wonder if we could compare. have it here. Look at that. They're like exactly the same size. Cool. But this 2-channel mixer, it just worked for me. A lot of times, just having that extra microphone was necessary for what I was doing. And XLR microphones just work better for my purpose. I'll give you an example, and this might sound morbid. I live stream funerals. Yeah. So I might be set up back here, and then I need a microphone way over there, right? Or sometimes you'll have at the church, for example, you know, especially in a Catholic church, you'll have a father speaking over there, and then he moves over to another location. So I need 2 microphones to be able to pick up his voice. This worked really well for that. And it also has the 3.5mm input. So when I'm doing something where I need the big XLR microphones, right? Or I need it for my other broadcasts with the 3.5mm. So this just gave me all the flexibility to have one unit to do every different type of live stream that I do. Works great for podcasts as well. If you're doing an audio podcast, this is really good. So let's talk about it. So 2 XLR inputs. Again, that's the 3-prong XLR inputs, right? Or 1/4 inch to each line. Or the 3.5mm input like I showed you on the Banggood headset, right? It works for that. Now, you cannot, pardon me, you cannot plug the headset and the XLR 1/4 inch at the same time. One cancels out the other. Okay? So if you want to use the headset, you can't have anything plugged in here. If you have the headset plugged in here and you plug XLR in here, the XLR takes over. This takes over whatever's plugged in, okay? But the headset is controlled by this line, okay? So you've got your gain control here, which is great, so you can have your, get that nice little extra push coming out, push your volume control. You've got your high and your low, or your bass and your treble, if you will, right here. And then this is your pan left and right. Especially for audio podcasts, sometimes like you might have 2 people talking, right? So if you have your 2 mics plugged in, and you might have one coming out one channel, one coming out the other, so they've each got their own audio track, and that's good for editing later. So they both have that. Both have the gain. Now the gain's a little bit different on line number 2 because it's just a button. It kind of boosts it or it makes it lower, right? I'm not sure by how much. And then here's the button to tell it between guitar or microphone. If you're using a 1/4 inch microphone, you want to use it on this one here because it's designed to change the impedance, right? It will work on here, but it'll be really low. You won't be able to get that extra volume. So make sure you're using channel number 2 if you're using a 1/4 inch jack for a microphone. I recommend XLR. If you can go XLR, it's got the best impedance and ohm in it, the ohms impedance in it, and just good. You just get a better sounding quality out of an XLR microphone than you will out of, say, a 1/4 inch jack microphone. Okay, and it does have its peak levels, which is nice. As I mentioned before, you need to know if you're clipping, man. You don't want to be clipping. Don't be clipping. All day I'm clipping. Is that a song? I don't know if that's a song. Let's check in the chat here. I don't like missing anybody. All right. If you're here for the first time or you've been here for a while, do me a favor, say hello in the chat. Don't be so shy, If you're lurking here and you're just hanging out, that's okay too. I do appreciate you being here no matter what. But if you say hello in the chat, it gives me somebody to talk to. This is my freeze pose. Like when you're doing a Zoom call and all of a sudden somebody freezes. No, I'm still here. You didn't know you were going to get comedy here too, right? You just thought I was going to talk about deals. Come on, I'm here talking to myself. Well, I'm talking to all of you. All right, so your 3.5 millimeter input, your headphone jack, and this is your output for RCA. You've got your individual control, volume control for your headset as well, so that's nice. It's not just taking the output that's coming out. Great little product. USB powered, or if you plug that into if the cable that comes with, which is right here, right? There's the USB cable. This plugs into the back, right, like so. Oops. Right. Now, if you take that unit and plug the USB into your computer, you now have everything that you have plugged into here will now go into your computer. So you have a mixing board built right into your computer now. So you can control all the external microphones, etc., for recording, for podcasting, live streaming. Really great product for that. I use the single one now. I have another computer system off to the side here. I narrate audiobooks for Amazon and Audible, and I have that hooked up with an XLR microphone going into my computer. It works fantastically. And now I use this one for my mobile live streaming. And honestly, at $79.99, I believe when I bought it, it was more. So I don't know if that's a discount or no, it's just their regular price now. And if you need more, I mean, you can take a look. You can see there's a 4-channel, right? But it doesn't have the 3.5 millimeter input. Oh yeah, it does too. Headset right there. Oh wow. Oh wow. Don't do it, Dave. You don't need it. I don't have the 4-channel. What's the channel 3 input? All left, right, balanced. It has a separate headset. It has its own line for that. Wow, that's pretty cool. What's the difference though? But it doesn't have the RCA output. Oh, it's too bad. If that had the RCA output on it. Amoon makes a lot of great products. Amoon and Behringer are two companies that I use regularly and have never let me down. So I'm pretty proud to be able to say that. Oh, I need to refresh. Refresh. All right, so the Amoon 2-channel digital mixer for $79.99. Great for podcasting, live streaming, mobile live streaming, recording, anything like that. If you want to have an external source coming in that you're playing, really great product for that. So that's the Amoon 2-channel mixer, $79.99 in the carousel, right? Check it out. And when I talk about battery power, this is the PowerAdd battery, which I have right here. This is a different version, but it's the same. They just made the case a little bit different. Here, let me get rid of this. Oh, actually, you know what? There it is. That's the current version of the PowerAdd battery right now. This is 20,000 milliamp. 20,000 milliamp. So you can get there's an almost full charge. If that was a full charge, I could run an iPad when I live stream. I run this off, I have a PowerAdd battery for myself that things start getting. Anyway, I could plug in this PowerAdd battery full charge, 8 hours. 8 hours of broadcasting, no problem. I have my Just Mixer by Maker Heart that I use here for the broadcast, and I have a PowerAdd battery operating that, and I won't need to charge it for a couple of weeks, right? Now, that being said, depending on how much power you're sucking out of it, right? But to run this, you could charge an iPad 2.5 times to full charge from zero. iPhone, like probably 6 or 7 times. 20,000 milliamp, $24.99. Wow, amazing price. And I believe, and so the difference here, this is an older version. One side is 2.1 amps and the other plug-in is 1 amp. But you can now get a PowerAdd battery that has 3.1 amps on both inputs. Basically what that means is it charges it faster. An iPad, for example, needs 2.1 to charge at its proper rate. Phones only need 1 amp, but you can plug it into 2.1 amp and it'll charge your phone faster. It's just got more power. More power, right? Remember Tim the Toolman Taylor? Is anybody out there watching old enough to remember Tim the Toolman Taylor? I need more power. Anyway, need more power? There's the PowerAdd battery. It's in the carousel at $24.99. And when you go there, check out the different options that they have, like different colors, I think. What's this? Ooh, we can get a pretty blue. There it is. $24.99 for their latest, this is the upgraded, the 20,000 milliamp, 3.1 amp output external power. Yeah, and it's the same price. So that's the older one. So when you go there, that's the one you want to look at. Pardon-moi. 20,000 milliamp. Could charge an iPhone 11. Oh, could charge an iPhone 11 5 times. Let's check this out. Charge an iPhone 11 5 times. Samsung S10 more than 4 times. A large capacity of iPad Air 2 almost 2 times. Portable launch does not alleviate using that on your phone. Okay. Recharges with 5 volt 2 amp adapter. Oh, right, yeah. So this is the, oh, right there. If you press the button twice, I think it's twice. Supposed to be a light comes on. Maybe I'm not doing it right. There you go. See the little light? Nice to have a flashlight. You never know when you're going to need light. Compatible with average smartphone. Built-in protection system protects the portable power bank against overcharged, over-discharged, over-voltage, over-current. And you can carry it on an airplane without approval. So it won't overcharge. So if you leave it plugged in, you know, sometimes you leave your battery plugged in and just let it forget. Oh, and I've left them there. They're at 100% for days. Won't hurt it. It knows when to stop. Look at all the products we got going on here. Great product. Love it. And let's go back to the other one there. Okay, so there you go. PowerAdd battery. And that will charge and look after your you're a moon. You're a moon. No, I'm not a moon. You're in a moon. Right there. All right. So there you go. Lots of great products. There's more in the carousel that I could talk about, but I got to move on to some other things today. But go through the carousel. We've got some newer lights in there, and I don't mean like they're newer. They're called newer. We'll be talking about that. Well, today's Wednesday. It'll be tomorrow night. I'll be back here live at 7 o'clock Eastern, and I really hope you'll come by and say hello. And before you go, please do me a favor. Click the follow button up there and tell your friends about me, and come back on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And again, I'll be back here tomorrow evening to, well, I think I'm entertaining. I don't know. I mean, I'm not jumping up and down and singing or anything, but I'm glad to have you here. We're going to be talking about some books tomorrow night as well. And coming up in the future, I'll be interviewing some authors of those books here as well. I'm David Burrows. This has been Deals with David. Until next time, stay safe, everybody. Bye for now.